Hi guys, this video today will be strictly about my everyday go-to makeup look. And when I say everyday go-to look, I mean the look that I kind of really go to when it comes down to me going to work every single day, and if I kind of needed to go somewhere. The products that I use are products that I've been using for years. If you read my most recent blog on AliciaDion.com, I did a blog about makeup starter kit for beginners. And in that blog, I listed a few items that I felt like are great products to start with if you're not sure what items to kind of get when you are searching and shopping for makeup products. The products that I use, literally you can find them in your local Walmart, Target, Walgreens, or CVS. Each product is literally less than $10. They are my go-to makeup products. So if you're interested in how I achieved this look, please continue to watch this video. Hi guys, so right now I'm going to fill in my brows, and what I'm going to use to fill in my brows is the L'Oreal Brow Stylist Definer Ultra Fine Tip Shaping Pencil. I mentioned this pencil in my makeup starter kit blog for beginners. I really love this pencil. I love that you have the crayon pencil at the end, and then you have the brush tip at the other side of it. So what I'm going to do is brush my brows up. And I'm going to do both sides that way. It's easier to do your brows when you've gotten them freshly freshly waxed. I do my own brows. I pluck my brows. I'll do a video on that later on, showing you guys how I do that. But what I'm going to do is just outline my brows. Okay, so before I fill it in, I just go ahead and do the same thing to the second brow. Okay, so now, and even if you make a mistake when it comes down to outlining your brows, just remember when you're cleaning them up with your concealer, you're going to fix all of the issues or problems that you made in the process of trying to create your brows. So now I'm just going to fill my brows in, and I like to fill them in starting from here to here, and then I kind of just fade it in and make this inner part, or the beginning part of my brows, darker. So I'm just going to fill it in. I kind of like the natural look to my brows. Everybody likes their brows done differently, so you don't really have to follow my technique. Just do whatever it is that you're most comfortable with. So once I finish filling them in, I like to blend everything in with my brush. And I'm going to go over and do the same thing on the other side. So what I'm going to be using to fill in my brows are my LA Girl Pro concealers in the color Fun and in the color Espresso. I use these two colors together because I feel like it just blends perfectly with my skin tone and just gives me the perfect color, highlighted color. So right now I need to moisturize my face, and what I'm going to be using is my shea butter, my DIY African shea butter that I made. I love using this as a moisturizer. I tend to have a lot of dry patches on my skin, so I like to dab a little bit on my face first. Especially on the areas where I'm the driest. And it's usually on my T-zone area and around my mouth. Okay, so the other thing I'm going to do to moisturize my face is use this Nivea cream moisturizer. I heard some good things about this moisturizer, so I saw that Walmart carried the travel size, and I think it was like less than $1, so I'm using this. And I really like this moisturizer. It's really, really thick, and I plan to get the full size soon. But I really, really like this moisturizer. I've only been using it for a few weeks, but I like that it's really, really thick. Okay, so now that my face is moisturized, the next thing I'm going to do is prime my face. And the primer that I'm going to be using is Maybelline Baby Skin Instant Pore Eraser Primer. I also mentioned this primer in my Makeup Starter Kit blog for beginners on my blog on AliciaDion.com. I love this primer. It does exactly what it says it does. It literally instantly clears my pores. I like to spread it, like press it inside of my pores and just glide it across. So now that my face is primed, the next thing I'm going to do is foundation. And the foundation that I'm going to be using will be my L'Oreal Infallible Pro Matte foundation. I really, really like this foundation. I also mentioned this foundation in my starter kit blog. So I'm just going to put the foundation everywhere over my face. And using my beauty blender, I'm just going to blend it in. Now, now that the foundation is on, I'm now going to conceal and highlight my face. And I'm going to be using this Maybelline Fit Me Concealer in the color Cafe. And I'm also going to be using my LA Girl Pro Concealer in the color Fawn. Okay, so now that I've blended the concealer into my face, I'm going to now set my concealer using my Sache Buttercup setting powder, also mentioned in my makeup starter kit blog on AliciaDion.com. So I really love this setting powder. So I'm only going to put the setting powder anywhere I placed concealer. Using the same beauty blender. I'm just going to pat it in. I'm not going to bake, but I am going to let it sit long enough for me to put it in all of the areas. I'm actually patting it into my skin. So I'm also going to set my foundation. And I'm going to be using my Covergirl Queen Collection Pressed Powder in the color Golden. And I think I mentioned this also in my makeup starter kit blog for beginners. So I'm just going to set my foundation. And also, it's fine. And also wipe away any excess powder. And this kind of just makes sure everything is nicely blended into the skin. Now that that's done, the next thing I'm going to do is contour. And I know a lot of people stray away from contouring, but to me, I like it because it just adds color to your face. So if you don't want to contour, you can literally do a bronzer. I like to do both. So what I'm going to be using to contour my face is this black Opal True Color foundation in the color Suede Mocha. And I like to add this foundation literally right under my cheekbone. And this is the only area where I add it. Okay. So using my stippling brush, I'm just going to blend it in. Another thing that I like to do is highlight up under my contour just to bring it out a little bit. Just to bring it out. And I tend to like a very matte look. So I'm just going to add that there. So now I need to set my concealer. So what I use to set my concealer is also what I use to bronze at the same time. And I like to use my black Radiance pressed powder. So using the same stippling brush that I use to contour, I'm going to use this as a bronzer and to set my contour. So now that that is done, the next thing I'm going to do is, I don't want to say contour my nose, but I guess contour my nose. So using the same black Radiance pressed powder. The next thing I'm going to do is add a little bit more bronze to my face. I tend to like a very bronzy, natural kind of a look. And this literally is my go-to, like, step-by-step makeup process. I don't know the name of this bronze. Well, it says Glowing Angel I've had this for a very, very long time. As you can see, this is the only shade and color that I use. I really, really love this bronzing color. So I also use this as a bronzer. So using my Reels Techniques contour brush, I'm just going to just add it right above, like in my cheekbone area. The next thing I'm going to do is add some blush. Now this is an added step just to add just a little bit more color to my face. I'm going to be using this blush that I received. Out of my Ipsy subscription, January subscription box. And this is in the color Peach Bellany. Really, really love this color, but I just want to add just a little color. I'm going to be using the same contour brush because I don't want it to be too bright. Okay, so now to finish my face, well, not my eyes, I'm going to now highlight. So the highlighter that I'm going to be using is kind of it says Shimmer bronzer. I also received this out of my Ipsy subscription. So I'm just going to be using these colors to highlight. Okay, so now moving on to eyes. So I'm going to be using two shades. I'm going to be using a light brown shade and a dark brown shade as my transition color. I'm actually going to rub this color all over my eye. So now I'm going to be using my e.l.f. eyeliner, liquid liner, to give myself a wing liner. I'm still learning and still practicing, so let's see how this goes. I'm not going to be wearing lashes in this tutorial. I'm only going to be doing my natural lashes. So I'm not going to make the wing liner as bold as I would if I was wearing natural lashes. So before I line my lower lash line, I'm going to use the same color that I use on my lid under my eyebrows. Under my eyes. So the first thing I'm going to do is take the brown shade that I use in my transition color. I'm going to be using that under my waterline. And I use two shades. I use a light brown shade and a dark brown. So now on to mascara. So I'm only going to be using one mascara. Usually I use two mascaras, but I'm only going to be using one mascara today. And the mascara I'm going to be using is this Covergirl Super Size mascara. I really love this. I really just love the wand. So now moving on to my lips. The first thing I'm going to do before choosing a lip color, because I'm still not sure what lip color I want to do, I think I want to go with a dark lip just to bring out my look. But I am going to outline my lips using a liner, and I'm just going to be using a dark brown liner. I think this was a Wet n Wild liner. So yeah, I'm going to be using this liner to outline my lips. So now that my lips are lined, so I'm going to be using this Lac Matte Lip Stick, and I think I just picked this lipstick up at my beauty supply. So I'm going to use this and I'm going to put a gloss over it. And now I'm using my gloss, and this is a NYX Natural Lip Gloss in the color LG122. So now this is the look. So now to complete it all and to be 100% done, I'm going to use the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Spray Setting Spray. I'm just going to spray it all over my face to kind of help my makeup last throughout the day and to just give me like a seamless matte finish.